Hello, very good morning students. Welcome to my next video of class 6 poem I Remember written by Thomas Wood. So students, I have been sent some audios in a WhatsApp group, but I think it wasn't enough to consider that poem. It is very meaningful poem and have a detailed explanation. So I thought that a next video or other video should be needed here. So first I am reading this poem and at the same time I am giving the explanation of all stanzas. But students, it is suggested from my side, have a notebook or pen at the same time when I am speaking this and write and understand that all words when I speak. Okay, so read this poem about the poet's memories of his first home. So there is no need of confusion. Every person has a memory of his first home or her first home. So this poem is written by Thomas Wood, and in that he mentioned all his childhood memories, starting with his first home and further what he says. So students, I am going to read the first stanza of this poem, and already you have been known that poem should be read as in a lyrical form, as a song or as a having some musical temper and all. So read this poem about the poet's memories of his first home. So I remember the house where I was born, the little window where the sun came peeping in at morn. He never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. But now I often wish the night had borne my breath away. So students, first stanza of this poem says that the poem is remembering his old day of his first home, where he was born, Thomas Wood, and he is telling about a window where he used to see the sun comes in the morning daily, and he's saying about that the sun came as it is peeping in the morning. Peeping, if someone is riding a vehicle, if there is need to indicate someone that we are behind of him, so we have to peep our horns and all. So the child mind of Thomas Wood explained what he thought the sun at his time of childhood. So he says that the sun came with peeping in morn. Morn means morning. So he's using some kids words at the same time. So he never came a wink too soon. He never came a wink too soon. So wink means if we close our eyes for a little bit time and open that this time I close and open. So poet says that the sun doesn't come with a fast as we wink our eyes. It comes at its usual time. So he says that it never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. And it's not brought too long a day means if it comes, it moves further in a circle way, and not brought a single place for a whole day. It moves forward and set at the last in the evening. So not brought too long a day, but now I often miss the night. So He talk about the days and he then talk about the night. So as we know, night is usually for sleeping. So he mentioned and ascribe or describe his own breathing as when he breathe or exhale in the night, the breaths take him further in his sleeping. So in the poetic way he says that, but now you often wish the night had burning my breath away. So in childhood, when we sleep, so just we think that what we were doing and what was the reason that we haven't known what was in our dreams and what comes in our thoughts. So the had burning my breath away, this line explain the sleeping of him and what the dreams are in their in nights. Okay, next time, yeah, I remember the roses red and white. So he's remembering the roses nearby his lawn and his home. The roses were red, white, and there is a flower, the violets and the lily cups. The violets are also flowers, a species found in the temperate northern hemisphere. However, some are also found in widely divergent areas such as Hawaii, Australia and the Andes. So this flower is of northern hemisphere region. It is also found in Australia and in Hawaii, in South America or North America. So this flower also having there, and the colors of this flower is violet, and this is also a flower violet. So you have to understand that violet is not only color, it is also a flower. Okay, so then I remember the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, those flowers made of light. So there is flower violet and there is also flower lily flower, as in Hindi we say kumudni. So our guardian can explain you what is kumudni. So lily flowers and violets are there, and those flowers made of light means if we think about our childhood, so that time if we see any flower or leaf or anything, so we had some different kind of perspective. We see all things in a conscious way, in a with concentration. So that time we see exactly what was the light of that flower. So he is explaining the lights of flowers which he seen at that time. So the violets and the lily cup, those flowers made of light. The lilacs were the robin built, and where my brother said the laburnum on his birthday, the tree is living yet. So there is also a lilac tree, a tree having blue color, and on that bird named robin. Robin is a bird having a red collar, having red collar. So red collared bird, we can say robin. So robin built its nest on the lilac tree. The poets say about that and explain. And where my brother said the laburnum on his birthday, the tree is living yet. So there is mention of flowers, rose, violets, lily cups, and lilac tree, which explained blue color tree, and on that a robin, a bird of red color, sat on that and made their nest. And after that he is saying about his brother who used to sit on a laburnum tree. So what is laburnum? Laburnum is a tree, a small tree with hanging bunches of yellow flowers. A small tree with having having bunches of yellow flowers. So his brother used to sit there, and normally on his birthday he used to sit there. So he is explaining for that. I remember where I was used to swim and thought the air much rush as fresh to swallows on the wing. My spirit flew in feathers then, that is so heavy now, and summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. So this stanza is about the comparison between childhood and the youthness of poet, which seems that the childhood was better feelings were there at that time, and he feel boredom as his youthness and so cheerful of his childhood. So he seems that when he was used to swim on a wing, we swim as usual. So he thought that time the air was much fresh than the time of his youth. So what I said previously, in our childhood we see all these things at a different perspective and with energetic eyes. So with energetic eye, and in that we find some different things which we can remember in our youth time also. So poet seems that the childhood mind was more conscious, more powerful compared than the adulthood. And so he thinks that and thought the air much rush as fresh to swallows on the wing. To swallows the wing, he thought that air was much fresh, and my spirit flew in feathers then. So there is comparison, and there is a frame of spirit with feathers. So he says that his spirit combines with feathers and flew there. So in childhood, if we see anything or if we do anything, so we think that everything is helping us. Like air, if we swim on a wing, so air helps us. So he also elaborated that thing, that air was helping him to swim further, and his soul was on the upper form and feeling that he was in the top of happiness, and all his soul has no weight, just flying as a feather. But the childhood soul, but the soul of youth, he believes that my spirit flew in feathers then, that is so heavy now. That is so heavy now means if we enter in adulthood, that time we get some responsibility. We think that I have to do this thing and that thing, and I will become a doctor, engineer and all. But our childhood fails there. Our thinking and imagination of childhood, what we exactly thought of the thing and perfection, we forgot that time or forget. So poet wants to make understand us that what we think in our childhood is not less, which can not be capable to follow in our future. It is more capable if we think like the poet's point of view. So what he says, I remember where I was used to swim and thought the air much rush as fresh to swallows on the wing. My spirit flew in feathers then, that is so heavy now, and summer pools could hardly cool the fever in my brow. So the attitude of that kid or children at his childhood was that He was in high altitude, that he's flying in his own soul, and the attitude that unstoppable, that cannot be stopped by something, or cannot be make any kind of prohibition or hindrance. So he compared his soul's attitude of his childhood when he was used to swing as a feathers. He says that any summer pools could hardly cool. So that attitude could not be stoppable, could not be breakable. The poet which had in his time of childhood. In next stanza we see, I remember the fig trees dark and high. So there is fig tree and various evergreen forest tree chiefly of upland areas. So trees of upland areas, fig trees, you know that evergreen trees are fig trees. So I remember the fig trees dark and high. I used to their slender tops were close against the sky. It was a childish ignorance. So at the same time, poet is, making wrong his own idea, which was in the childhood. He is supporting his own idea, but he is making some kind of satire to our society. That society says that this all was childish ignorance. Nothing was we think that the children or child used to think was any kind of having some experiment or can be more profitable to the society. Society thinks that it was just a childish ignorance. So it is some kind of satire which Thomas Hood is taking in his last stanza. I remember the fig trees dark and high. I used to their slender tops were close against the sky. It was childish ignorance. So he thinks that, or says that he used to see the fig trees which were dark and high. So he used to see their slender tops, which he seems that time it was connected with the sky. But now when he is in good condition, he says that it all was childish ignorance. But it is some kind of satire which Thomas Hood exactly wanted to explain her three or before stanzas to explain in the last stanza, that it was of childish ignorance elsewhere, but there was something which can be related to our soul, with the God, with the heaven. The trees are connected with the air, with the sky, with the heaven at the same time. We see scientifically. So this poem is totally explanation of his childhood, and he is in poor condition, that his youth is nothing, just a duty, just a boredom on him, and he just remembering his old days, his first home. So students, I have been made up audio and some questions before in my WhatsApp group or in our WhatsApp group, but this time I thought that it is needed because this poem is very good poem in the sense of nature's poetries, and as we see, William Wordsworth has been had been written some poems about nature, but Thomas Hood is also a kind of a nature poet, and having a good word of selections at the same time, and this poem has to be sing in a proper way. So students, there is a homework. Sing this poem in your voice, send the audios on the group, and write the question answers of this poem and the summary of this poem, and at the same time some hard words and the story of Thomas Hood's life, the story and the background of this poem, what the messages poem delivered or delivers. So these all homeworks have to be written in our groups. Elsewhere we are repeating this poem, but that time some students were not, attended that audios and classes, so I repeated that time. So all students have to do this homework and repetition, and at the same time some summaries and stories have to be written regarding of the strangers, words, or the poet's life. Okay, so all the past and the future, the first and the last of this poem has to be written in our group. Okay students, so thank you, you gave me your time. So be conscious on study of our online classes. Have a nice day, have a good time.